This is my 5th attempt at recording this video, and if this were a film, there'll be like a little montage of me filming different little sections, including one of me being really, really crazily exuberant, and then another one of me just crying in the corner, followed up by just me screaming into the void. Just all these separate little clips. Hi, I'm back. It's been 8 months. I'm finding it remarkably difficult to record a video, which is fascinating for me because I swear I didn't have this much trouble before. And the irony of it is that I think the reason I'm having so much difficulty is on the basis that the reason I'm having so much trouble recording this video is based on the topic I'm about to discuss today. I was thinking of making this 2 videos, but I have a suspicion it is just the one. So a quick update. It's been 8 months on the basis that a lot has happened in 8 months, and I've not had a strong enough setup to be able to comfortably sit here in front of the monitor, in front of the screen, and just kind of go, this is my life, blah, because I need to have a level of privacy. And I need to have, I wanted to have this PC set up and the sound and the video and everything. And now I have this. I have things. I have stuff. It's great. I actually have like a proper PC and a proper, what is this thing? Camera. I'm doing well so far. I wanted this camera and I wanted the sound, and then I had all this, and then I had issues with the sound and I couldn't make the headphones with the audio work properly, and the camera and everything. It's like, couldn't make stuff work because I'm not tech. I don't do that stuff. But now I can do it, and it's awesome. And at one point, I'm really hoping that I can have some kind of video editing stuff, so I can make videos that aren't as jumpy and weird and stuff, and I don't have to record 50,000 times, because I can just say the things I want to say, and I'm really rambling. Hi. So the topic I wanted to discuss today is the concept of the comfort zone. And the reason it's taking me so much energy to actually try and record these is because I am very much out of my comfort zone. And I feel like I should have made notes, but at the same time I kind of like the general rambling, because you can kind of see how my mind works whilst I'm saying this, or see some crazy lady saying random stuff into a camera and going, hi, relate to me. I'm here to help. But basically it's a case of I was struggling with where things were in life, and not to mention the fact that the city is ridiculously expensive, and my brain was going, you're trying to find a job that helps you live, like survive in the city, and that's not possible because you need to earn a certain amount to be able to get into the city, to be able to stay into the city, and the city's not allowing you to do that because of the pandemic, because of job. So I decided, a variety of different reasons, I thought I could just leave. I could just leave the city. I mean, I managed to find myself a flat which cost a ridiculous amount, a studio flat at a ridiculous size. It was a nice studio flat, I liked it, but I wanted more space. And I was like, I'm not going to get what I want whilst I'm in the city. So I moved to the West Midlands because of a variety of different reasons, and one of them being the fact that I could in fact get the accommodation that I wanted whilst I was here, and I do in fact have a 1-bedroom flat with a living room, kitchen, all that kind of stuff. And from here I'm hoping to get, I have a job, but we'll see where that progresses, and I can get something more settled where I can stay in and kind of, see how life takes me. But I am very much out of my comfort zone, very, very much out of my comfort zone, because I'm not used to this. I actually remember years and years and years ago, before everything kicked off, I remember sitting at my office job and remembering how routine everything was, and I wish life could get a little bit more exciting. This was before my kidney transplant. Yeah, be careful what you wish for, kids. No, really. Changes can manifest in a very weird way, because life will give you what you need, not necessarily what you want, but what you need. And it comes to you in very strange, unique ways. So anyway, my life has dramatically changed in the last couple of years, even during pandemic and stuff, that completely threw me out of kilter. The pandemic threw me out of kilter, and I don't think I've recovered, or at least I've been recovering from that during this time. So I realised that I had stepped out of my comfort zone, and my brain was just high alert, high alert, high alert. But sometimes it's important to step out of the comfort zone on the basis that if you want something particular out of life, but you stay in the same place, you're too comfortable in that set routine. Even if it's not the best set routine, it's a routine filled with chaos and discomfort and what have you. But it's something. It's a chaos you recognize. It's a chaos you understand. It's a chaos you know. It's predictable. You know what's going to happen. You know how to react to that. You adapt to it and you react to it. You stay there, but you don't achieve the thing that you want to achieve. I'm having this wonderful thing where I think that's another reason I'm having so much difficulty recording, is that I've been disassociating a lot. Because I'm out of my comfort zone, I disassociate because I start to worry, fear of failure, that something isn't quite going the way I need it to go. So it's like my mind will go blank for a second, and I have to pull myself out of this little recess of the corner my mind is in, pull myself back again to the present and go, oh yeah, I'm here. Which is why every so often when I'm hanging with friends or doing something or whatever, I will briefly 404 and just kind of stare blankly before I go, and then come back again. It's been fun. It has made hanging out with people slightly difficult because I will disassociate and I will lose track of what's happening. It's a coping mechanism as I try and understand what's happening around me, because I'm scared of screwing up, fear of failure, so I will panic and run into the recess of my head, and I have to tell myself that I'm safe and pull myself back out again. Only issue with that is that I self-isolate because I'm scared that I will screw up and that people will get angry at me and blah. So I think this is another reason why I've been finding this video so difficult to make, because I've been disassociating so much. I feel like I go off topic. However, stepping out of the comfort zone is important if you want to achieve the thing that you want to achieve, because it helps you evolve, it helps you grow, it puts you into a new situation, it helps you work around any coping mechanisms you've developed for your... Fucking hell, this is incredible. This is such an amazing sensation. This is one of the reasons I didn't want to do scripted, because whilst I'm doing this, my mental health is taking over. The coping mechanisms I've developed are stepping forward to interfere with my making this video. And I've had to make this video several times on the basis that I'm not happy with how it's coming across. I'm not saying the things properly. And yet this is exactly why I'm making this video. Because I want to make these videos to help people understand what I'm going through and to potentially help other people who are going through the same thing overcome it, handle it in the same way, in the whole kind of coping way. And so I've tried disassociating several times whilst making this video. And because I'm fighting it, my brain made me look at the clock, realise it's coming into dinner time, and just went, you have to make dinner. Stop this video and make dinner. And I realised that's not because I'm hungry, because I'm actually alright for now, I can last for a little bit longer. But it's because it kicked into survival mode of, she's not stopping. We have to give her an instinctive need to make her stop. And that was fascinating, because that's happened to me. That happens to me on almost like an hourly basis if I'm doing something I'm not entirely comfortable with. And therefore, I'm now stepping even further out of my comfort zone by pushing on with this video, because I want to finish this video so I can share with you what I'm going through. And hopefully whoever watches this can go, oh shit, my brain does the same thing. Oh, is that what it's potentially doing? Oh, okay. Because I started these videos as a way of helping people understand what I was going through with the whole kidney renal failure kind of thing, plus transplant, plus taking antidepressants, plus suffering depression and anxiety. Whole kettle of fish. And I want to start doing something more routine now that I have a setup, so I can continue helping people with the experiences I go through, because I'm extremely self-analytical. And through self-analysis and reading a bunch of things online, I feel I need to say here, I'm not a medical professional. I've worked in the medical profession, not as a medical professional. This is based off my experiences, my coping mechanisms, and how I have come to understand how my mind works to get me, to encourage me to do the things that I want to do, and what happens in return, in the hopes of helping other people who watch this. I think I say this like every video, but I post so far in between, it helps to repeat it. But you are currently watching me forcing myself through my comfort zone, which is, my comfort zone is basically something wrong is happening. I need to go and do this to escape it, and therefore I'll feel better again, because I understand that better than what I understand this. Which is curious, because I used to be able to do these so easily. But now, because my life has changed so much, my way of processing things has changed dramatically. There's a good chance I'll look back at this video and none of it's going to make sense, but I'm really hoping it helps you guys. So yeah, it's a case of, if you want to grow, if you want to evolve, if you want to do that one little project, but you don't know how, you're going to have to step away from what you recognize, right? Step away from what you know, make yourself take that course, make yourself try that project. You're going to have to make yourself do something different. It's going to be terrifying. It's going to be a little bit scary. But when you've done it, you will grow and develop as a person outside your comfort zone, and you'll be one step closer to achieving that thing you want to do. Because that goal is there, you just need to take those bastard steps to get there. But that sounds horrendous. You're probably going, Frankie, what the hell? You're saying that this is scary. You're saying that this is a horrendous experience. What are you talking about? What is wrong with you? Are you insane? Everything takes time. If you're like me and the prospect of doing something that you really want to do, but the steps to do it are scary, it can be done. It's a case of cutting it down to bite-sized pieces. It's a case of making yourself lists, making it manageable. Sometimes the first step is just getting out of bed. The second step is having a shower. The third step is looking up those details online. You don't have to do anything. Just look at those details online, step by step, because you are in control. You can say no anytime you want to. I have actually done that thing where I have spent a little bit of money on something and then changed my mind because it terrifies me. But it's okay, because it was only a tiny little bit of money. It wasn't nothing major. It didn't break the bank. And I had the option. But then, for example, I don't know, something else came up and I was like, actually, I really should do that because that's necessary. For example, I don't know, sleeping for 10 hours because I'm exhausted. And the entire process is exhausting. But something else that gets me out of my comfort zone is I tend not to do things because I'm tired. Irony of this is, I'm always goddamn tired. I'm always shattered. And every so often, I do something around the fact that I'm tired, because I'm like, I might as well do this because I'm tired anyway. Might as well just go ahead and do it. I'm tired if I'm tired if I'm by myself. I'm tired if this or that happens. I might as well just go ahead and do the thing and be tired doing the thing I want to do. Why not? Pfft, at least I'll accomplish the thing I want to do whilst I'm doing it. But yes, the whole concept. This is why I need editing, because I need to do a thing here, and I would edit this section out, but I can't because I don't have an editing program. Anyway, I've done the thing. What I mean to say is, see, I was going to say nothing is impossible, but technically speaking, there are a few things which are impossible. It's more a case of the thing that you want to accomplish, if it's reasonable, if it can be done, you just have to take the smallest steps towards it. And even if that person accomplishes it a lot quicker than you, it doesn't matter. because they're not you. They're a different person. They've had a different upbringing to you. They've had different circumstances to you. Their mind works in a different way to you. You do things at your own speed the way you need to. The only person who will ever put pressure on you to do the thing that has to be done or take it away from you is yourself. But if at that moment you find that you can't do the thing, that's fine, because you're not ready to do it, and you will do it when you are ready. Because sometimes something can take a couple of years, and if that's the case, so be it. Your primary concern when it comes to accomplishing the thing that you want to accomplish is looking after yourself. Because if you don't look after yourself, and you push yourself, and you push yourself, and you push yourself, and you push yourself, that will stop you from achieving what you want to achieve. Self-care is the strongest way of being able to help you out of your comfort zone and to help you overcome that fear of failure. And sometimes, if that thing you want to achieve doesn't seem to happen because the comfort zone is too goddamn comfortable, again, even if it is complete and utter chaos, disarray, whatever, and it's a little bit spiky, and the people that you know along the way are a little bit spiky too, whatever, life will happen. Because if you want that thing, things around you will occur to push you out of the comfort zone and to make that thing happen. And you might be thinking to yourself, why is this happening to me? This sucks colossally. Why has this happened? Sometimes life makes you look in a mirror and think, I need to work on that. If you find you're going through a very, very difficult situation, you've got to look at the situation and try and understand why it's so difficult. What is it that you need to try and overcome to help make the situation a little easier? And I'm trying to think of the best way to word this, because this is something I've recently discovered myself, so it's remarkably difficult to put it into the right words for other people to understand in an appropriate way. I have been through some very, very difficult months on the basis that I had certain coping mechanisms, and I realized that they were coping mechanisms from previous experiences from the comfort zone I had before, and they didn't line up or match up with the situations I've been facing. I've been facing multiple difficult situations, and I realized that the only reason that they're so difficult is because of how I was treating them. And I recently learned that I had a particular coping mechanism which I didn't work in this scenario anymore. It's difficult to describe. And by focusing my energies elsewhere in another way, rather than going back and thinking, oh, I'll do this because this is safe, rather than doing that and taking that energy and focusing somewhere else, it helped me adapt to that situation. Don't get me wrong, or situations, whatever, because there's been multiple. Don't get me wrong, I'm exhausted. I'm really, really tired. I have been going to bed at like 9 o'clock. Most of this week, possibly more than that, because I've been so tired. Because I've been rewiring my brain to rewire my coping mechanisms to a variety of different things. However, I knew I was doing it right when things became easier for me. They say... No, that's not the right sentence to say here. If you're in a situation that you just cannot get out of, and it's remarkably difficult, and it makes you hurt, try and approach it from a different angle. Because if what you're doing isn't working, it's not going to work. You need to step away and you need to try something else. You need to grow and evolve, because through that growing and through that evolving, you will slowly but surely achieve the thing that even potentially subconsciously you're looking to achieve. You might not even realize you're looking to achieve it. And here I'd love to use an example of my own, but I feel like it'll be too on the nose and I don't want to get too personal. Too personal, despite, my own experiences. Well, these are the things that I've learned from my experiences, is what I'm coming at. And it's almost like with my depression, I have been through multiple phases of taking antidepressants and stuff because I just had to. I needed that boost. I needed that help. For a really long time, I was extremely reluctant to, because I didn't want to rely on medication to help me through things. But then every so often, you need that little help. You need that crutch. You need that extra bar on the stepladder to help you keep walking up. And I was on them, I'd say within the year or so. And then I reached a point where they stopped working for me. I even upped the dose, and I said to the GP, it's not working. It's like I'm not taking anything. It's like I'm taking placebo. It's just not happening for me. And they used to work for me in the past. They used to work, not a problem. I loved them. They were amazing. And then I weaned off them, and then I had to go back on them again, and weaned off, back on again, all mainly because of physical health issues and like. And then I reached a point where they stopped working for me, and I knew I needed to take a different angle. I was like, this is ridiculous. And I had some people say to me, you can't stop them just like that because that's not going to be good for you. I was like, I literally feel like hell whilst taking them. The withdrawal from taking antidepressants, from not taking antidepressants, cannot be any worse than what I'm feeling. So I did it. I just stopped taking them. And weirdly, I actually felt alleviated because I was like, I don't have to worry about this anymore. This is just how I'm feeling. Okay. And that's when I reevaluated my life. And that's when I realised I needed to look at things from a different angle. And that's when I realised I was putting an overwhelming pressure on myself to find a job which allowed me to find the right kind of place to stay in London. And I was putting an unfeasible amount of pressure on myself. It was ridiculous. Everything was coming from me. No one else was expecting this from me. All of this was coming from me. And that's when I need to change this. I need a whole new approach to things. And that's when I decided to move, to leave the city. Because I thought, I need to do this. I need to get out of the city. I need a huge change. My life has changed so much already. I need a massive, massive change. It's been an experience. When you live a very similar routine for so many years, and you have your life set up in a certain way for so many years, and things slowly but surely transform around you, they change, you need to grow and develop, and life is kind of doing this for you. And then, bam! You hit the big time, and well, not the big time. You hit the peak of that change of I need to do this. I just need to go straight up and hit that roof and blow it off and keep going. Oh my God, it's heavy. And I have learned so much about myself, about how I have changed as a person during my time back in London. And now I'm in a completely different situation, and my brain is desperately rewiring to try and understand this new approach that I need to take. What is it I'm looking for? Who am I? Why? And because of this, I have insulated a huge amount. And I've tried going out. I have gone out with friends and stuff, and I have seen people and everything, but I've been so in my head since moving. Whilst socialising, I find it unbelievably difficult to pull myself out and be sociable, because my brain's just kind of gone, what the hell has happened? Where are we? What have you done? And the terrified mouse has kind of gone back into hiding again. And so I'm now slowly working on drawing myself back out again, which is the reason why I'm doing these videos. Not because I'm going back to how I was, but because my brain has changed so much. I wanted to share this and go, this is what's happened to me. If you look back over all the years of videos and stuff, this is what's happened to me. This is where I am now. I never saw myself here. And there have been times I've been hit, but I've had a couple of anxiety attacks whilst I've been here. I know what the triggers are, so I've been able to process them. That's extremely important, understanding the triggers in the mind and stuff like that, and being able to cope with it. I've had depressive episodes where I've just come back home, I have lain on my bed, and I've just stared at the wall. Because I'm like, I am basically useless right now. I can't do anything. And so I've done that. Key thing there being, let yourself feel what you need to feel. Because if you fight that, it will make you feel worse. So much worse. Admittedly, there are times we can't do that. We have to put on the mask and we have to allow society to see an aspect of ourselves which is acceptable for that moment in time. But if that happens, you take yourself to the bathroom, you have a bit of a breather, you drink some water. Water helps with grounding. Kind of draw yourself back in again and go, just a little bit longer. Then I can go home, I can hide in the bathroom, I can hide in my room, I can be in my own space and just exist. But I have now learnt a variety. I'm not going to call these coping mechanisms, because coping mechanisms to me is more a case of you're in a situation that you're trying to handle. I have learnt ways of accepting myself, of accepting the changes that I've gone through mentally, and of understanding how I now work as a person. And by doing this, bit by bit, since moving to this new area, bit by bit, it's accepting myself and understanding what I'm going through and the changes I'm going through. It's permitted me to accept the changes of my comfort zone. It's permitted me to step out a little bit more, step by step by step by step. And I'm very slowly accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish. It has affected my memory quite a bit. It has affected my tolerance to certain situations. It has affected how my mind processes different things. But the only person putting pressure on me is myself, because I am in full control of everything. And that includes saying yes to situations, that includes saying no situations. If that's the freedom we need to accept for ourselves, and it does sometimes feel selfish, putting ourselves first to a situation. But if it's necessary, if it's something we shouldn't have done, it's something we'll learn from. That's how we grow. If it's something that, basically, you kind of ebb and flow. We're constantly ebbing and flowing. And we've got to adapt to these different situations and the like. My mind has reached the point where it keeps blanking again, because I feel I want to say more, I feel I want to explain more. But I've already forgotten the things that I want to say, I've forgotten the things that I've said. I don't want to keep repeating myself. I think in summary, it's a case of I'm a prime example of having shunted out of my comfort zone, of completely changing my entire life situation and learning from that. As somebody who has undergone a variety of different health traumas and the like, I'm now taking it into my own hands to rewire my own mind. It's a difficult process. It's ridiculously, incredibly difficult process. But I'm allowing myself to be patient, to accept what I'm going through, to do what it is I need to do. I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing this for me. And if other people benefit from it, fucking win. That's great. But it's a case of I am learning who I am, relearning what I'm going through and everything, to be able to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. And if it takes time, it'll take time. It'll happen when it needs to happen. That's what I live by. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I don't know how it'll come across to the people who see this, to the people who know me, the people who don't know me. I'm still kind of me, just a more advanced, adapted, developed me. But it's interesting. I've been on some very interesting adventures, very, very interesting experiences and interesting adventures, and I plan on going on more because I'm very keen to see what's out there for me to learn. And yes, I am on occasion a walking cliche, which I'm not a big fan of, but if it helps other people, that's fine by me. But I just want to say that I am extremely grateful to all the people in my life who have helped me, supported me the best way they can, who have taught me a variety of different lessons, who have given me an insight into myself, or maybe even to them as a form of reflection back at myself, or, yeah, that sounds arrogant, but then, unfortunately, in this society, if you do things for yourself, you come across as arrogant, you come across as an egoist. We have been taught not to do as much for ourselves because it comes across as very as ego, but sometimes you've got to. Sometimes you have to, for the sake of living your own life. But at the same time, I want to help people because I feel like I've learned and experienced a number of things which can. And if these videos do that, tremendous. If you want to put a comment down below, more than welcome to. I received some very odd comments. I received some really decent comments, which are great. Sometimes I'm not sure, like literally technology-wise, how to respond to them, so I will try and respond to things. If you send me a message, I don't respond. Really sorry, it's not a personal thing. It's more a case of I don't know how because technology and stuff. If it's a comment which is, I've also had some really weird, not trolling comments, almost like ridiculous comments and like sort of comments to get reactions out of me. I'm like, cool, go for it. I won't respond because I don't see it necessary to, but because it's one that's trying to elicit a response out of me, or any kind of reaction out of me, yeah, go for it. If that's how you want to release and have a bit of a laugh, you're welcome to. Live your life, mate, live your life. But yeah, hopefully this has made some sense. Hopefully this has helped a little bit. And yeah, I may discuss the fear of failure in another one because I did actually have a whole bunch of things I wanted to say about that, but I feel like this is the comfort zone video, so maybe the fear of failure one will emerge in the next video. We shall see, and I'll potentially look into editing. Anyway, I'm beginning to ramble. Have fun, have a good day, take what you need from this, even if it's one comment, take what you need from this, even if it's all of them. Have a tremendous time. Yeah, have a good one.